So one of the biggest things that you probably will deal with when you're dealing with a narcissist is arguments on pause. Because that's one of the biggest issues that I've had. You know, if you're new here, I am a narcissist. I'm diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. And I used to talk to my therapist about it. I was like, look, me and my wife will be hanging out, chilling, having a good night. And she will bring up something for 2 months ago and try to finish a conversation. Like, I feel like she would literally ruin a good night with trying to finish a conversation from 2 months ago. And my therapist said that's because you probably leave arguments on pause and on hold. And she probably feels stifled in a relationship where she can't like speak her feelings or speak her truth. So like most of the time, so when she gets you in a calm moment, like when you're hanging out watching a movie or watching TV or something, when you're in a good mood, she feels like she can approach you with something that should have been handled a long time ago. And that blew my mind because it woke me up to the fact that when you're dealing with a narcissist, the only time you feel like you are comfortable to speak is when you're having good moments. And the narcissist thinks you are ruining the good moment. It's a battle. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware, diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, like myself, and to also validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. This series is dedicated to making my TikToks and my YouTube shorts longer. They are 60 seconds or less, and this is going to be a little longer than 60 seconds, so you can guarantee that because you're over a minute in right now. So the TikTok you just watched was one I did about, leaving arguments on pause. And what I mean by arguments on pause is like unfinished arguments. How unfinished arguments and unresolved issues and unresolved conversations with narcissistic people turn into arguments later on and create conflicts in the marriage, in the relationship dynamic, whatever it is. So yeah, as you know, I've been in therapy for the last 4 years, and I had a conversation with my therapist one time. And I was just like, look, why on earth? I love my wife, but why on earth are we continuously having the same conversation over and over and over again? Like, we'll be having a great night. We'll be chilling, went to the movies, chilling, and you can just hear it. If you listen carefully, like we went to the movies and chilling on the couch, just laying out, chilling, hanging out. And if you listen carefully into the distance, you can already hear the cheeks being clapped. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, can we finish that talk we had 2 weeks ago? And it would just bug me. And I was just telling him, I was just like, look, what? And it would cause an argument. Like, you just ruined an entire night. For what? For what? You could have handled this tomorrow. We could have handled this, next week or whatever. It could have been done whenever. The pitter-patter of little cheeks being clapped has disappeared. It's ran away now. You know what I mean? So, what did I just say? I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I'm telling you, I don't cut this. This is unscripted. I just say stupid stuff. This is how I convey the information to y'all. Y'all like how I convey it. You like how I convey this information. You like it. There's nobody else who does it like me. You got people who do the same thing I do. Ben Taylor. Shout out Ben Taylor. Raw Motivation. Shout out Sarah Croissant. Cluster B Milkshake. But everybody's gonna be differently. I do mine my way. They do theirs that way. But I'm me. They are them. There's nothing wrong. This is not comparing, contrast. It's not competing. Because I hype them up all the time. Y'all see me sharing them on my channel all the time. But so back to the topic. Leaving arguments on pause is a huge issue. Like, because you never ever, like, when you're in a relationship with a toxic person, narcissist or whatnot, you never ever feel like you have a moment to yourself to convey your issues, to work out, to talk about your feelings or how something has affected you, in a way that you don't feel comfortable with. You never ever feel like you have that voice. In the beginning you did. You feel like you could talk about everything. You're talking to all the hours of the night. You wouldn't get off the phone with each other. Love bombing central. But nowadays you feel like you don't have a voice at all. Or your voice has been stifled to the point where you don't even want to talk anymore. You're constantly walking on eggshells. And the only time you feel good about expressing yourself is when you feel like y'all are having an overall good day. Y'all have had a good day at the movies. Y'all not arguing. You chilling. You went out to dinner. You went out with friends. Good night. Great night. Now you feel like now's the time, right? But it's never the time with a toxic person or a narcissist. It's never gonna be the right time to have a conversation about that. So this is what my therapist told me. So if you don't finish the conversation, of course, a woman, man, whoever, people are not like you, Lee. People are not like you, 100% not like you. They just aren't. People are not going to be like you. People are not going to act like you. People like you feel like when you stop talking about something, that means it's done. That's not how the non-narcissistic people think. That's not how neurotypical people think. That's not how they react to stuff. They want resolution. They want closure. You know what I mean? They want resolution and they want closure to situations and things like that. So you were dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, then you will go about that a different way. You know what I mean? So she said, and she's like, when she brings it up in those moments, how does the conversation go? I get mad. It's typically a precursor to narcissistic rage. It's a precursor to me getting mad and shutting the whole night down and going to sleep or storming off, or the precursor to starting some silent treatment. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be resolved. You know? And she said, and that's the issue. She's like, if you don't convey, like, even with me, myself, as a narcissist, she said, if you don't convey your feelings in the moment, how you feel, if there's no conflict resolution, then whatever emotion that you are feeling in that moment, it could be happiness. If you are afraid to express your happiness, if you're afraid to celebrate your joy or your successes, if you are afraid to express your anger or your frustration in a calm manner, if you bottle it all up, then later on, it's going to come out as anger and rage and frustration. No matter what the original emotion was, it's going to come out as rage later on. And she said that's a problem with narcissistic people because they bottle everything up and we don't know how to handle our emotions. You know, if you put things in the bottle, if you put happiness in a bottle and you put a top on it, it's going to suffocate the happiness, right? The happiness dies. And when happiness dies, what does it turn into? Anger, rage, resentment. Oh, that was fire! Woo! Heat! That's heat! Tell me that's not heat. Whoa, if you bottle up your good emotions, you put a cap on them, they die and come out as anger later on. Because when you pop the cap, it's dead. The original emotion is dead. Of course, it's going to be rage and frustration because you didn't know how to express the original emotion. You didn't know how to convey the original emotion, so you're going to express it in the way that you know how to do it. A dead emotion, rage, an uncontrollable emotion, anger. Woo, that was fire, y'all. You can't come at me and say that wasn't fire. That was flaming hot right there, wasn't it? You know what I mean? So if you're dealing with situations like that, you have to come to the conclusion that narcissistic people are going to be who they are. Like, how do we talk to them? You don't. I be feeling like y'all want to learn how to hack the code to talk to a narcissist. You can't express your feelings to an undiagnosed narcissistic person. You just can't. Because they don't want to hear it. You can't convey it to them. The only thing you can change is how you express them. You can't just go up to them scared and be like, hey, use discretion. That's the word I was looking for. I know I said in the previous video, it was a C word. It's actually a D word. It's discretion. So use discretion when you're talking to these people. You know, use discretion. Say, hey, look, I don't like this. Just go. You got to go straight to the point. There's no skipping around. Hey, can we talk about this? Don't ask a question because they can say no. Just talk. Open your mouth. If you're not comfortable with doing that, then it's time to go. That's point blank period. If you're not comfortable with opening your mouth and talking and expressing this stuff, it's time to go then. It's time to skedaddle and get the hell out of there. What's the point of being in a relationship where you can't talk or convey yourself? Then you just bottle it, you put yourself in a bottle and you're closing the cap on it and then you die. Slowly, day by day, you suffocate in your own emotions because you get stifled out. You don't have a voice anymore. You don't get to talk anymore. You die. Slowly. It might not be painful. It may be slow, painful death because you can't express your emotions. You get to watch everybody else having general conversations. Everybody else, all the other couples around you can talk, but you can't. Why do you deserve this? Why? Emotional death is a real thing, y'all. You emotionally die in a relationship way before you physically die. I promise you that. Emotional death is a real phenomenon, and a lot of people experience emotional death in relationships way before you hit the physical part of it. You'll die emotionally. You'll become emotionally disconnected from this person, but if you don't leave them, you'll start to physically die. Because you have physical symptoms in relationships, in toxic relationships. You just do. That's the way it goes. You have physical symptoms in these toxic ass relationships. You just do. Sorry, y'all. I know I'm flexing, but my hair isn't matching. I gotta do my hair. I'm going through some mental stuff. But you are stronger than what you think you are, y'all. You just are. But I can say that all I want to. It doesn't matter if I say it. You have to believe it. I can tell you can fly. You know what I mean? You have to believe it. Don't go try to jump off a cliff and fly, though, because you can't fly. But I think you can be stronger than what you are. You have the ability to be stronger than what you are. What were you like before you got into this relationship? Were you this quiet, mousy person that was scared to talk and speak your emotions? Because so many of y'all I've spoken to weren't like that originally. But you're like that now for this one person out of 8 billion. This one person out of 8 billion got you scared to talk. Stifled your emotions. What's so special about this one damn person? What is this one damn person? There's 8 billion of them. 8 billion. This one person, this is the only person on this earth that can make you happy? Is this the only one that can make you happy and give you joy? Is it? Is it? This your soulmate? So God, the mate of your soul stifles your emotions. It doesn't allow you to it doesn't allow you to talk or express yourself. Doesn't let you express. You don't have feelings. Your feelings don't matter. They're not in control of your feelings. They're not responsible for your feelings. So your soulmate, the mating of your soul, the counterpart, the other piece of your soul, you don't get to talk to? Where is that at in the Bible? Show me that in the Bible where it says that. My son or my daughter, when you meet your soulmate, you will not have a voice in your relationship. Be blessed and go be almighty. Where does it say? Where does God say that in the Bible? You can't quote a verse that says that. If you can, put it in the comment section. I'll pin it and I'll say, sorry, I was wrong. I'll pin it to the top of the comment section. You know, I'm proud of my ego. I'll pin it to the top. You go find a voice that says, my daughter or my son. Once you get married, your voice, your feelings don't matter. You can't talk, you can't speak. You're just a slave. You're in servitude for the rest of your existence in this marriage or this relationship. Find that verse for me, please, if it exists. Please, I challenge you. This is me pulling my sword out to challenge you to a sword fight. Whatever. Anyways, y'all, like and subscribe for more. Your voice matters. I don't care what they convince you of. Your voice matters. It really, really does. Take care. Be blessed. Like and subscribe for more. Mental illness is out. Peace.